I know that you're a very ambitious person. I know that you want literally everything in this world. You want to excel. You want to be the best version of yourself that you possibly can. You want to be able to get the money. You want to be able to have the beautiful woman. You want to be able to have the physique that you really want. But even deeper, when it comes to your career, when it comes to like making money, because that's a scary thing that a lot of guys just don't like to talk about, which is interesting. You know, guys don't talk about money as much. Guys don't like talking about dollar figures. Only guys who I've been around that are pretty successful to a certain extent, they're comfortable sharing numbers, right? I'm very comfortable with my friends sharing numbers. My friends know the numbers, they know what's going on, but a lot of you are scared to talk about numbers. And I understand that because you know you're playing very small. You know that you're playing such a small fucking game. You're literally playing a game where the prize is literally pointless. Like, it's literally stupid games that you're playing that are giving you stupid prizes, aka, and again, don't mean to offend anybody who's working a job, but it's like, to me at this point in time, I understand the value of having a job when you don't have anything, any skill set or anything like that, but it gets to a certain point where you've outgrown that job. Maybe you're working at FedEx, you've been doing that shit for 3 years, and all of a sudden, the checks that are coming in, they don't even make sense anymore. So now you're playing a stupid game to win a stupid prize, which is just a paycheck that you could easily go do by transferring your skills from that to something that's a lot bigger. And that's been something that I struggled with in the past, right? And I still struggle with to this day. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I get to a point, I'm playing this game on YouTube, this content creator thing, and to be honest, I feel like I'm playing a tiny fucking game. And maybe it's because I was exposed to bigger games like private equity, fucking venture capital, startups. I was exposed to bigger numbers and way bigger asset classes than just the personal brand and you make money with coaching. I was exposed to a lot more than that. Now you might be asking, well, Martel, why did you go back to this, right? Because I needed a break from all that shit. I needed a lot of just like lifestyle, like freedom. I wanted to build a lifestyle business, which is cool right now, right? It's doing very, very well. It's doing mid 5 figures a month. I'm not going to say the name. I'm not going to say how much because it doesn't fucking matter. But I'm just getting to the point where I'm like, bro, I want an asset. I want to build something that like can sell in the future. You know, like I want to be able to create something. I want to be able to, and not even just a regular business, like, oh, a t-shirt brand or merch. Like, no, like create something that's bigger, go into a bigger game again, right? I went down to a smaller game and now I'm back going into a bigger game. Plans ahead, I won't even say, but it just gets to a point where you're playing such a small game that you're like, you get frustrated. I get it. You get to a point you're like, there's such a bigger fucking game to play. Why am I still doing this? Why am I still working at FedEx? Why am I still moving boxes or moving luggage at the airport? Why am I still working at the cashier? Like, what the fuck? Who am I? What skills can I have? And that's what I want you to understand. To be able to do this, you have to look at all of the hard skills that you've acquired. And if you haven't done that shit yet, learn some hard skills. Learn how to do copywriting, digital marketing. Learn something that's relevant. Learn AI if you need to. Go online and learn that shit. There's free YouTube videos to learn these hard skills. Practice them. Learn something, because once you get those hard skills, you can start to leverage them. This is where leverage matters. Because here's the thing. I could be making videos right now and just doing my regular coaching shit, or I could use this to start to, I'm not even gonna run the play, actually. I'm not gonna tell you the play, but I could use this to go into bigger markets, essentially. The art of articulation and speaking, the art of actually creating content and creating things that people actually want can be directly applied in bigger industries or in bigger fields of play. But right now it's like small play in my mind. Some of you may be thinking this is a big play, right? A lot of people think that shit. I think very, very big. And a lot of you think very, very big. And I want you to think even bigger than what you've thought of. Think even bigger than like, let me escape my job. Like, what is your mission? What do you want to do? Because the minute that you think at your highest, you can start to reverse engineer and go back down and figure out the steps it takes to get there. But my problem, what I've experienced in the past is that I'll think smaller because I want to start to do those steps, but then I'll start to get lost in the process because there was never a North Star, right? So for me now, I'm starting to rebuild a North Star. But when I started with YouTube, I literally just started because I just wanted to make videos online. There was no North Star. There was no like end goal, end state. It was just like post videos and maybe have a little bit of strategy behind it and understand how I position myself and shit like this. But there was never like a North Star. And you as an ambitious man, you need a North Star that's way bigger than you can think. You need something to humble you. Because a lot of you right now, you're playing in such small games that you get fucking cocky. I'm saying this because that was me. You get so cocky with the game that you're playing and you don't realize that there's other people playing bigger games with the same skill set that you have. You know what I mean? Like, you're really good at design. Start to do that shit in bigger fields of play. Don't just do that shit as just a design freelancer. Start to apply that shit in bigger fields. Go into tech, start to design apps. Start to design certain things. You can leverage whatever skill set you have and apply it to a bigger field. It's the same. I live in Romania right now, right? Oradea, to be specific. It's a very, very small town. Somebody who knows how to lay rubber here could probably apply their knowledge, and if you put them in any other market, they would probably like 10x their income. But it's all about leverage in the fields of play. Now, luckily, we have the internet, and a lot of guys here don't really know about the internet as much, like in terms of opportunities. But you as a person, you know there's an internet. So whatever skill that I have, I can leverage it. If you're really good at operations, you can start to do that shit online and help companies with their operations and maybe build an agency or build some sort of a consultancy around your operational skills, right? There's so many ways that you can approach this game, but you just got to start playing bigger fucking games. Just think bigger. Stop playing small. Nobody won playing small. I would rather fail. This is why I made the tech company. I started the tech company. I built it up and it failed. But yeah, it was painful. But at the same time, looking back at it, I'm proud of myself because I was playing such a fucking big game. I was at such a high level compared to a lot of people where failing wasn't even a fucking negative. Like, most people were like, bro, you started a company. This shit is on Crunchbase. Like, you got articles, you got into one of the greatest accelerators in the world. You did all of this shit. You got venture capital money. You did all this shit. Like, most people don't do that shit in a lifetime. But that's what I'm saying. When you start to play bigger games and you start to take bigger risks, failing doesn't even fucking matter anymore. Because it's just like you drop down one level, you just build back up. But the hard part is finding the vision, finding what it is that you want to play, the game that you want to play. If the game is content, start to make your personal brand and start to leverage it for bigger plays. Now, again, I will not be disclosing what the fuck I'm going to do with this shit because I do know a lot of people like to copy. I've had that before. And this is one of those first mover advantages that I want to be able to leverage. But all you have to know is that just play the game at the highest levels possible. Like, start with the thought that I'm going to play the game at the highest levels, but where do I start now? Reverse engineer, where do I start now to get to those higher levels? Don't start with, let me just play the game. This is the game, and this is the only game I'm playing. No, you go beyond that shit. Because the minute that you go beyond it when it comes to vision, the shit that you're doing now means nothing. Like, if I would have had this plan coming into content creation a year and a half ago, everything would have been very different. Like, the setbacks that I had, months where I had way less views than I usually do, it wouldn't have even like psychologically affected me. Even at the time it did. I'm not going to lie to you. It wouldn't have affected me if I knew what the big vision was. If I knew what I was doing it for. If I wasn't just aimlessly doing it, right? And pick vehicles that make sense to you. I'll be honest. I have 12 guys that I'm coaching right now. 11. I just had another guy finish off. He's doing really well. He just literally moved to a completely different fucking continent and is living his life. He's had probably the best return on investment I've seen. But, you know, I've just figured out, even for myself, just to give you guys an example, like, coaching is very low leverage. You know, how far can you get with that? With the skills that I know and the things that I've done, it's almost like I'm running a treadmill, right? Now, I love helping guys, don't get me wrong. But that can't be a primary business. You know what I mean? It's not a primary business because when you scale, you start to lose yourself in the process and people don't get access to you, which is the whole point of coaching in the first place. So it's forced me to think outside of the box and think bigger and go bigger. And even with the one-on-one coaching, I've kind of like closed that off for a little bit. I might take one or two guys here and there that hit me up on the side that want to do it and I see the potential, but it's not going to be something mass market, you know? And now it's just thinking of like, okay, this big plan that I have, Now, how am I going to do it here in Romania? You know what I mean? Like, this is a different game. Doing business in a different country is very, very different, you know? So it's a lot of just different thoughts that I'm having, and I'm starting to just kind of pull back and just start to analyze my North Star a lot more and get crystal clear with that shit, because if I don't do that, and that's why I'm giving you guys a warning, if you don't do that, you'll get lost in the sauce, bro. You'll be running in circles. I can't be, I'm what, 28, about to be 29? Bro, I can't be 30 years, 35 years old, 36 years old, still making content like the way I'm doing now. Just talking heads about what physique and women and what the fuck? There's bigger plays. So that, knowing that makes me transition and start to do things that are different. I'm going to start to position shit a little bit different. You guys saw the Dubai vlog. That's just the beginning. Laying the foundation for like where I want to take it versus the guy who, you guys see, I wear outfits now because I'm not going to be the guy shirtless talking in front of a camera as much anymore, unless I'm really, it's a situation like that. Like, okay, I'm out, like on a beach or something, but it's positioning, right? And it's also just understanding the long term versus like, I'm just making this video. It's cool to get views and it's cool to, okay, yeah, I have like 88 or I think 89,000 subscribers or something like that. That's cool. But like, what are we leveraging? What are we doing? What's the bigger play? What's the motion? How am I going to elevate my audience by showing them me taking another step? Because let's be honest, you guys might have not even seen me evolve at all since I've evolved. I moved to fucking Romania. That's an evolution. But when it comes to my life arc, I haven't made a leap. I haven't taken a journey yet. I've wanted to fight. My shoulder was fucked up. It's getting a lot better now, so it's all good. But I've never even taken a journey with business since over the last 2 years, I want to say. Or is it 2025? Over the last 3 years, I haven't really made a big business leap. I haven't really pushed a specific moat. And moat is essentially just like a competitive advantage. I haven't pushed that yet. I haven't built an asset over the last 2 years. And I'm kind of like, I'm like weary. I'm like, bro, I just want to just get back in the game, you know, like, the content shit is cool, and I enjoy the fact that, like, I get guys who are like, bro, you saved my life. Like, I was literally thinking of deleting myself, and listening to you made me think a certain way. I like that shit. But there's just something in me that's like, bro, there's so much more. Stop playing so fucking small. Stop playing so small. You've outgrown the women content. You've outgrown the physique content. You guys know that. That's why that type of content probably doesn't do as well as it should, because I've outgrown it. Now you play a bigger game, and yeah, maybe you lose the immature guys who can't level up with you, but you get people who are moving up and doing things with you. That's the most important thing. So that's kind of where I'm at. Well, I'm just tired of playing small, and I know you're tired of playing small too, and I hope this video kind of got you to start to think bigger, start to think, well, what do I really want to do? What do I want to create? What impact do I want to have? Maybe thinking bigger for you is actually starting a YouTube channel, or maybe it's starting a clothing brand. Whatever, thinking bigger is relative, guys, by the way. Just my thinking big is not the same as yours. All right? It just all depends on your experience, your exposure, and the resources that you have at hand. You got to use all your resources. You know what I mean? And just get out of just being in that small trap. If you feel like you're literally breaking out of a fishbowl because you're the biggest fish there, start to move towards another place. You know what I mean? Like when I went to Dubai, I immediately felt like I was just like, okay, I'm a regular fish here. Cool. Not the big fish, but I'm like a regular fish. You know? I stand out. People approach and people talk and people want to know about the business. People want to know about this. People watch me from there. You know, like people were coming up like, bro, I've seen you on this on YouTube and stuff like that. That's cool. But I'm like, bro, I want bigger. I want more. And you do too. So I hope this is valuable for you. Links will be in the description if you want to tap in with me in any which way, shape, or form. I still have my courses there. Who knows how long they're going to be up there for? Because I'm trying to move up higher, and just do something bigger, man. Like courses, coaching, I like it. It's cool. But my brain is you guys only know this much about what I know and what I'm capable of. You only know this much because I've only chosen to give you guys this much. And I've only played it safe up until this point. Because let's be honest, I've been afraid to fail, for sure. I'm breaking out of that shit now. But you guys got to get to a point yourselves where you're like, fuck it, I've been playing small too. What's the big move that I want to do? What makes me afraid? And just go fucking do it. And if you fail, at least you did something that 99% of the population will never do in their lifetime. So again, appreciate you. Hope this was valuable. And I'll catch you on the next video.